Hailing from Chicago, he's the first American-born pope in the history of the Catholic Church. It's a major change, not just for Rome, but for Catholics in the United States as well. So joining us live this morning is Vatican correspondent Colleen Dudley. Colleen, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, glad to be here.
What have the discussions been like in the U.S. now that there's an American pope presiding over the Vatican?
Sure. I think we still have a lot of this initial wave of just surprise and delight that for the first time we're hearing a pope speak English as his native language, and not just English, but English with a Chicago accent. You know, in the last, I would say 2 months or so, Pope Leo has gotten a lot more outspoken about the American situation, especially on migration issues.
Yeah, expound on some of his main missions, things that he's getting right into off the top, and how they may differ from Pope Francis's.
Actually, I think we're seeing a ton of consistency with Pope Francis, although maybe in a different tone, is what I would say. So first off, we got this big document called Dilexi Te that was it was started by Pope Francis, it was completed by Pope Leo, and that was published this fall. And that was all about love for the poor.
And I understand you recently wrote a book about your experiences because you've been on the ground there since this all started.
Yeah. It's right behind me, this orange book. It's called Struck Down, Not Destroyed, Keeping the Faith as a Vatican Reporter. And it's basically about, I was raised Catholic. I'm still practicing Catholic. So how, covering different church scandals that can really rock your faith in the institution.
Colleen, what would you say has been Pope Leo's biggest challenge thus far?
He has said himself, his biggest challenge has been learning to be a world leader. He's got a great diplomatic corps behind him. So I think he's well advised on it. But, it's tough to comment on really gnarly geopolitical issues.
What's his next big test?
Ooh, well, he's going to be taking his first papal trip at the end of this month. That will be to Turkey and Lebanon. So again, places with a lot of really complex geopolitical issues. So I think that that's going to be a big challenge for him on that world leader front. And then one thing I'm looking forward to this spring is that he's going to be releasing his first big Catholic social teaching document, which we're expecting to focus on not just poverty, but climate change, artificial intelligence, all these different issues, big issues that are facing the world. So I think that'll be our first real taste of where Pope Leo stands on all of this stuff and where he wants Catholics to be standing.